Alright guys, my very first build video, so go easy on me please. This build video is about Negotiators Dilemma. Very underrated gear set. I don't see anybody running it ever. If people are running DPS, they're all running high ends. Also people running strikers, some True Patriot, not really for DPS, but True Patriot's nice. I just see a lot of that. I don't see anybody ever running Negotiators Dilemma. And it's extremely underrated, and by far, in my opinion, the best gear set out there for damage. And here's why. I'm running Gunner for my specialization for a couple of reasons. Main reason number one, the plus 50 mag size. I got it spec'd into LMG damage. You're getting armor on kill, 10% armor on kill. When you're killing multiple marked enemies at the same time, you're getting 10% armor for each one. It's very nice. You're getting the increased rate of fire for kills. You're getting increased reload for every 3 kills or something like that, or every 3 reloads. That's very nice. So a lot of little nice buffs and perks there. Weapons. Let's get into weapons. LMG, it's a must for this build. You can just lay down a lot of fire. You can mark the enemies, do a lot of damage. Black market M60, I know. It's just, wait a minute, it doesn't have really fast RPM. RPM is not important with this build. It's not about the RPM. It's about the total damage. The higher your base damage, the higher your critical hits are going to be. So the more damage you're transferring to your marked enemies. Very important. Talents, gotta have strain. It's giving you an extra 50% critical hit damage. Attribute here, you want critical hit chance. You get 9.5%. It's the highest single attribute critical hit chance you can get for an LMG. Very important to have that. Mods, critical hit chance, critical hit chance, critical hit chance, plus 50 rounds. So with this LMG alone, you're getting about 25% critical hit chance and 50% critical hit damage. Second weapon can be whatever you want. I really like the Police M4. Again, rolled with strained, all critical hit chance mods on it. I really like the Police M4. It's comparable to the FAMAS. FAMAS is supposed to be very high with DPS, but it sucks to handle. Police M4 is very easy to handle, shoots like a laser beam, hits a little bit harder than the FAMAS, and with a rate of fire attribute, you can get it up to about 900 almost. So, very good. Pistol, does not matter, it's just the best pistol I have. The gear sets, you're going to run a 4-piece Negotiators Dilemma and 2 high ends. You have to have the chest piece and the backpack from Negotiators Dilemma. Your mask, your holster, your gloves, and your knee pads can be played with what pieces you have, what works for you. So it does not matter. This is how I have mine set up because these were my best pieces. Your high ends, you need 1 group of Sombra SA for the 15% critical hit damage from the brand set. You're going to roll it with weapon damage, critical hit chance. Knee pads, Petrov Defense, that's your other high end. You want that for the 10% LMG damage. You're going to roll it with weapon damage, critical hit chance. Your Negotiator Dilemmas, you're going to roll it all with weapon damage, critical hit damage, because you only have the 2 attributes here. And you're going to put in critical hit damage mods. So we got weapon damage, critical hit damage mods. Talent on your chest piece increases the marks from 3 to 5. So that means now you're going to be dealing critical hit damage to up to 5 marks. That's going to increase your DPS. Backpack. Again, weapon damage, critical hit damage. The backpack increases the critical hit damage percentage from 60 to 100% that you're transferring to the enemies. Also, very important. It's an increased 40%. And then your gloves, weapon damage, critical hit damage. You're also getting 15% critical hit chance, 20% critical hit damage. Then you're getting this nice little buff. When a marked enemy dies, gain 2% critical hit damage, stacking up to 20 times or until combat ends. So that effectively can give you an extra 40% critical hit damage on top of what you already have and strained on your firearm. So you're just getting a lot of critical hit chance, a lot of critical hit damage. It's very nice, very strong. When you're shooting enemies, a critical hit will mark the enemy. So you just kind of strafe over a bunch of enemies, shoot the reds and the purples, and then go to a yellow and just DPS the crap out of the yellow. And as you're DPSing the yellow, the reds are dying, the purples are dying. By the time the yellow's dead, the reds are already dead, and the purples are probably dead, if not close to being dead. You can also mark enemy skills. So shields, drones, turrets, dogs, all that can be marked. So you can shoot one of the Riker shields and it will kill the Riker behind it and everything else you have marked. You can move marks. So if you mark 5 enemies and you shoot an enemy that's not marked, it's going to take a mark off the first enemy you shot and place it on the enemy you just shot. So you can move your marks around as you see fit. You can remark enemies after the marks are gone. They last for 20 seconds, I believe. Yep, 20 seconds. So it's just amazing. Just the DPS is just amazing. Skills. I'm running the healer drone. Nothing crazy here. Let's see. Mods. Running duration. Armor repair. Health. The second skill, Hive. This Hive is just amazing. The booster Hive will increase your weapon damage and handling by 10%. It has 8 charges natively. But with mods, you can add your duration. Doesn't really matter. It gives it 2.3 seconds. Your stim efficiency will add an 8.87% on top of the 10. And then the stim charges goes from 8 to 12. So that's boosting you by 10% more weapon damage. Yes, you're giving up a revive, but this is just about getting as much damage out as you can. The booster Hive is just really, really good right now. And let's see here. Let's look at stats. Here's my stats. It's 54.4% critical hit chance, 183.8% critical hit damage. It does not include strain, does not include the true Negotiators Dilemma buff. So you're actually getting up to 100 or 273% critical hit damage. And this LMG will hit for about 570k crit to 600 plus k a crit. You're transferring that to enemies, they just absolutely melt. I would love to see 4 of us running this build through a mission, because I just think it would be stupid, just really stupid. You have 4 people doing this. Out DPS's a lot of people, a lot of DPS builds. I've run a few Wall Street missions, 4-man heroics, and I have out DPS'd almost every DPS build with this. It's just beautiful. So that's it for the build video. I will upload a gameplay video to show you how it works, and enjoy.